to do a little shopping in Hachiishi for my journey. The shop fronts, you must understand, are all open, and at the height of the floor, about 2 feet from the ground, there is a broad ledge of polished wood on which you sit down. A woman everlastingly boiling water on a bronze hibachi or brazier, shifting the embers about deftly with brass tongs like chopsticks, and with a baby looking calmly over her shoulders, is the shopwoman. But she remains indifferent till she imagines that you have a definite purpose of buying, when she comes forward bowing to the ground, and I politely rise and bow too. Then I or Ito ask the price of a thing, and she names it, very likely asking 4 shillings for what ought to sell at 6pence. You say 3 shillings. She laughs and says 3 shillings 6pence. You say 2 shillings. She laughs again and says 3 shillings, offering you the tobacco bon. Eventually the matter is compromised by your giving her 1 shilling, at which she appears quite delighted. With a profusion of bows and sayonaras on each side, you go away with the pleasant feeling of having given an industrious woman twice as much as the thing was worth to her, and less than what it is worth to you. There are several barbers' shops, and the evening seems a very busy time with them. This operation partakes of the general want of privacy of the life of the village, and is performed in the raised open front of the shop. Soap is not used, and the process is a painful one. The victims let their garments fall to their waist, and each holds in his left hand a lacquered tray to receive the croppings. The ugly Japanese face at this time wears a most grotesque expression of stolid resignation as it is held and pulled about by the operator, who turns it in all directions that he may judge of the effect that he is producing. The shaving the face till it is smooth and shiny, and the cutting, waxing, and tying of the queue with twine made of paper are among the evening sights of Nikko. Lacquer and things curiously carved in wood are the great attractions of the shops, but they interest me far less than the objects of utility in Japanese daily life, with their ingenuity of contrivance and perfection of adaptation and workmanship. A seed shop where seeds are truly idealized attracts me daily. 30 varieties are offered for sale, as various in form as they are in color, and arranged most artistically on stands, while some are put up in packages decorated with what one may call a facsimile of the root, leaves, and flower in watercolors. A lad usually lies on the mat behind, executing these very creditable pictures, for such they are, with a few bold and apparently careless strokes with his brush. He gladly sold me a peony as a scrap for a screen for 3 sen. My purchases, with this exception, were necessaries only: a paper waterproof cloak, a circular, black outside and yellow inside, made of square sheets of oiled paper cemented together, and some large sheets of the same for covering my baggage. And I succeeded in getting Ito out of his obnoxious black wide awake into a basin-shaped hat like mine, for, ugly as I think him, he has a large share of personal vanity, whitens his teeth and powders his face carefully before a mirror, and is in great dread of sunburn. He powders his hands too and polishes his nails, and never goes out without gloves. Tomorrow I leave luxury behind and plunge into the interior, hoping to emerge somehow upon the Sea of Japan. No information can be got here except about the route to Niigata, which I have decided not to take. So, after much study of Brunton's map, I have fixed upon one place and have said positively, I go to Tajima. If I reach it, I can get farther, but all I can learn is, it's a very bad road, it's all among the mountains. Ito, who has a great regard for his own comforts, tries to dissuade me from going by saying that I shall lose mine. But as these kind people have ingeniously repaired my bed by doubling the canvas and lacing it into holes in the side poles, And as I have lived for the last 3 days on rice, eggs, and coarse vermicelli about the thickness and color of earthworms, this project does not appeal me. In Japan, there is a land transport company called Rikku-un Kaisha, with a head office in Tokyo and branches in various towns and villages. It arranges for the transport of travelers and merchandise by pack horses and coolies at certain fixed rates and gives receipts in due form. It hires the horses from the farmers and makes a moderate profit on each transaction, but saves the traveler from difficulties, delays, and extortions. The prices vary considerably in different districts and are regulated by the price of forage, the state of the roads, and the number of hireable horses. For 1 ri, nearly 2.5 miles, they charge from 6 to 10 sen for a horse and the man who leads it. For a kuruma with 1 man, from 4 to 9 sen for the same distance, and for baggage coolies about the same. This transport company is admirably organized. I employed it in journeys of over 1,200 miles and always found it efficient and reliable. I intended to make use of it always, much against Ito's wishes, who reckoned on many a prospective squeeze in dealings with the farmers. My journey will now be entirely over unbeaten tracks and will lead through what may be called Old Japan, and as it will be natural to use Japanese words for money and distances, for which there are no English terms, I give them here. A yen is a note representing $1, or about 3 shillings 7 pence of our money. A sen is something less than a half penny. A rin is a thin round coin of iron or bronze with a square hole in the middle, of which 10 make a sen and 1,000 a yen. And a tempo is a handsome oval bronze coin with a hole in the center, of which 5 make 4 sen. Distances are measured by ri, cho, and ken. 6 feet make 1 ken, 60 ken, 1 cho, and 36 cho, 1 ri, or nearly 2.5 English miles. When I write of a road, I mean a bridle path from 4 to 8 feet wide, kuruma roads being specified as such. ILB